Hammer Bowling. Nothing hits like a hammer.
Hammer Bowling introduces the Hardcore Hammer Brawl. Hi, I'm Jeff Ussery, the Hammer brand manager. The Brawl is Hammer's new can of whoop-ass. The Hardcore Brawl starts with our new bullet core shape and provides bowlers with a high RG, low differential ball motion. On our FCC hook rating scale, the Brawl is a low core rating of 4. We've added Violent Flip Reactive cover stock to the Brawl. This aggressive veneer gets our bullet core shape into an earlier transition on the lane and provides more continuation through the back end versus the hardcore grind. The Brawl has a cover stock rating of 7 in our FCC hook rating system. The finish on the Brawl is a smooth but aggressive 2000 grit Aberlon finish. This gives the Brawl some teeth to hook through the medium oil patterns. With a finish rating of 6, the Brawl has a combined FCC hook rating of 17 out of 30. Our new Brawl is a perfect benchmark ball for bowlers who need to read the lane pattern and want to stay in the same ball for a long period of time. We've selected the Hardcore Grind as our comparison ball for the video. All of the Brawls were drilled identical to the grind balls that each bowler brought to the test. The lane pattern used for this video is Kegel's middle-of-the-road lane pattern, with a medium volume of oil and a medium length in the pattern. On the Brawl for Kim Man, we drilled it with a 3.5-inch pin distance and a 50-degree angle to the center of gravity line with a 2 1/8-inch pin to VAL distance. This should give a lot of length and very strong downlane movement with this high RG core.
Hey Kim, how you doing? Let's talk a little. I'm doing good. Let's talk a little bit about those shots I saw there.
Yes.
There was a big difference between the Brawl and the grind. The Brawl obviously is more mid lane and way more back end than the grind.
Yes. I would say at least about 3-4 boards. The grind for me goes a little bit longer, a little smoother through the mids. The Brawl, like I said, you can really see where it starts to pick up through the mids and real strong through the back end.
Absolutely.
Yes. Great. Love the reaction.
Good.
This is Sean Lee's Hardcore Hammer Brawl. It's drilled with a 5-inch pin to his positive axis point and a 45-degree angle through the center of gravity. It has a 2.5-inch pin to VAL distance, and it's a fairly strong drilling with a stacked up type of orientation for the pin and center of gravity. We'll see a lot of strong overall mid lane out of this ball for Sean Lee.
Hey Sean, let's talk a little bit about those last 2 shots there. Obviously, the Brawl hooks for it.
Right.
What did you see in terms of how the grind was kind of smooth there compared to how the Brawl was definitely more angular? What did you see?
I saw the Brawl definitely pick up a little bit more in the mid lane. Still gave me a little more continuation down the lane as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Good deal. All right.
This is Jeremy Hunt's Brawl with his favorite layout, the pin under the middle finger drilling. It's a 5-inch pin to positive axis point distance combined with a 50-degree angle to the center of gravity line. It's got a 4 1/4 inch pin to VAL distance, which is one of the longer pin to VAL distances you'll see in this video.
Hey Jeremy, how you doing?
Doing good.
Let's talk a little bit about those last 2 shots you threw there. Obviously, you have no problem hooking the ball with your high rev rate. It was very apparent, though, when watching you throw that brawl, that ball really is aggressive in the mid lane and goes through the pins phenomenally. What did you see?
Absolutely. That ball hooks more throughout the whole lane than the grind does. So, more down lane, more in the mid lane.
More continuation, more angle. Yeah, obviously. That's one of the beautiful things about that ball, and I can tell for somebody like your style of play, you're going to like to be able to move in and really get that ball out and watch it come flying back.
Absolutely.
Good.
This is Robert's Hardcore Hammer Brawl. It's got a long pin distance of 4 3/4 inches combined with a 40-degree angle through the center of gravity. A 2 1/4 inch distance from the pin to VAL will give this ball a lot of length and an extremely strong move at the break point.
How you doing, Robert? That was a pretty good shot. What I liked most about it was that ball, when it got to the spot, it really read it aggressively. Much harder than it did with the grind, obviously. Way more continuation. You can tell that ball is just overall a much stronger piece. What did you think? What did you see there?
Way stronger. Like you said, you basically hit all the points for me.
Tell me about that move there. What kind of move did you make there?
2 and 2.
2 and 2?
I moved my feet 2 boards to right.
Once again, because that ball's angular down lane, it's very aggressive at the spot. You can make that kind of move, and that shot actually was better than the previous shot.
Yeah.
Less Man's Brawl is an extremely strong ball reaction, 5 1/4 inch pin distance from his positive axis point with a 70-degree angle through the center of gravity. It's a 3-inch distance to his VAL, and you're going to see a lot of down lane motion out of this brawl from Less Man. Ron, we saw those shots of the grind and the brawl there on the lanes with all the test players, and I was really excited about what we saw in the 2 ball motions. Tell us what you saw when we went down the range of players from cranker down to stroker.
What was interesting about that, Jeff? When you started with the higher rev rate player, you saw a lot more back-end continuation motion. The higher rev rate player really saw that ball snap at the back end and had a very continuous motion. As you move down to the stroker and the tweener, you saw more mid lane with continuous ball motion. That was the biggest difference between the high rev rate and the low rev rate player.
Yeah, and I really like the overall hook of the ball. I mean, it was a good 2 to 4 boards more, depending on the style. A lot more mid lane and continuation, down lane. Looks like a really nice product for us, and a good upgrade from the bowlers that already purchased a grind this summer.
Agreed, absolutely.
Check Hammer out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and on hammerbowling.com.
And remember, nothing hits